Good morning. Okay, I think we should wait for a few minutes if there is. Yeah. Hello, sir.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry, I got disconnected.
Should we wait few minutes if any other students will join?
They'll be joining, sir. No issues. Start it.
Okay. Okay, let's start.
Thank you.
Okay. Today we have two topics, two main topics. Firstly, we'll start with a technical tutorial in Rhino. Secondly, we'll do a technical tutorial in Grasshopper. But before we start, I should ask a question for my friends. Is there anyone has any previous experience about Rhino and Grasshopper or not? Hello, friends. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, my friend.
So actually, I'll tell you. Good morning. Yes, actually, we have the students from first year, second year, third year, and fourth years.
Okay.
In second year, we teach them AutoCAD, and we outsource some firm, and we teach additional like Revit architecture, 3ds Max, Photoshop, SketchUp, Lumion.
Very good. Yeah. So they has a previous experience using a 3D software. They use Revit already.
Only for the few. That is only one batch. Only the next batch, the second is that is now undergoing one batch, and the next batch, the second is now undergoing the training.
But both of them are using SketchUp now.
SketchUp, few students are using SketchUp.
Okay.
Right now, they are not aware of it. Only few have attended some, like one of the students, like Mr. Balamurugan. He and I think few of the students in the fourth years, they have attended the Grasshopper as well as Rhino.
Okay, but do we have any students who has no previous experience using any no previous experience now in any 3D software? Now with me? The first year. Yeah. The small. Okay. I was asking just to consider them. Okay, it's fine. Let's start with Rhino. As I mentioned yesterday, Rhino is a CAD/CAM system, and using Rhino, you can do whatever you want. But let's think how to use Rhino. Most of us are using AutoCAD. So, like if you are using AutoCAD or SketchUp or any previous software, it is the same as Rhino. What I mean by the same as Rhino. I mean that if you are using AutoCAD, so you know what offset means. If you would like to offset a curve, you just write offset and it change the offset, and then you change offset. If you would like to have a join, using AutoCAD, you can just join them, and you can fill it a curve like this. And if you are using AutoCAD, you will know there is a trim where you can just select some curves and then trim few others, and then you can join again. So what is very interesting in Rhino that you can reflect your previous experience into the software. like as if you are using AutoCAD. I can do extend like AutoCAD. If I had a curve like this and then I would like to extend, so I'll use a boundary and then select the curve. So it is the same knowledge. I'm talking in general now, not specific steps. So don't worry. Specific steps. So don't worry. I'm just opening the day. I'm just opening the day. Okay. If you are using AutoCAD, so you know what layers means. I can create layers. I can just select my curve and then it changes the object layer as I'm using AutoCAD. So I can change the colors, it changes the thickness, change the material, change the type, and so on. Change the type and so on. If you are using AutoCAD, you know about grid snap. So and you are about ortho. If you can see the down of my Rhino, you can see some tabs like grid snap, planar, smart track, gumball, and so on. In AutoCAD, you can find grid snap, you can find ortho and planar. And OSNAP is just a snapping system in AutoCAD. So in AutoCAD, if you have a grid snap and it is bold like this, it is working. So now if I just write move and started moving, I will see it like jumping in between the grid. Now because I just selected grid snap, I can deselect grid snap, so it moves freely. Okay, and then you have ortho. You have ortho in AutoCAD. Ortho means now you can just move around 30-60. But if you have ortho, as a ball, you will just move into 90 degrees. It will be snapped to 90 degrees. Okay. And OSNAP, like AutoCAD, it is the same as AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, why I'm taking AutoCAD as a reference, I'm taking AutoCAD as a reference because AutoCAD is the most famous software. So most of the students have a previous experience using AutoCAD. Okay. So if I had OSNAP, like the snapping tool in bold like AutoCAD, I should select how I would like it to snap. Like I should select if I would like to snap to the end point or the near or the point or the midpoint or the point intersection, perpendicular, and so on. Making it just bold will not benefit you until you choose how you would like to snap and what you would like to snap. Okay, and what also from AutoCAD. The most advanced from my point of view on Rhino. If you have, let's say, a Revit experience. In Revit and in 3D Max, if you would like to do something, you should know where to find the tool. You should know where to find the command to make it and so on. But where to find the command to make it like the CAD system, you can like the CAD system, you can write for your command, you can write keyword you imagine, any keyword you imagine. If you like to write extrude, you can just write extrude, and then you will have the extrude. You just write it. You just think in English and just write what you think of. If you would like to just offset, as I mentioned earlier, as AutoCAD, you will have this command bar, and like you should select, and then if I'm working for offset, I write offset, and then I had a distance. This distance might be like 10, can be 3, and then I have the distance, the offset distance. Okay. So now what I'm trying to say that Rhino is advanced, and why it is advanced? It is CAD-CAM system. Okay, and then in Rhino, I can just reflect my previous experience to move forward. Okay, and that's interesting. And how I can reflect my previous experience, I can just think of, I would like to extend a curve, I would like to trim a curve, I would like to split a curve, I would like to move, I would like to if I would like to move, I write move. very simple. If I would like to just copy, I'll write copy. There is a lot of ways of doing the same command, but now I'm just explaining a very simple way. Okay, but why it is just moving in X and Y? Because ortho is working. If I deselect ortho, I will move freely in anywhere I would like. Okay, very interesting. If I would like to do array like AutoCAD, I write just array. And then while working, I don't have it in my mind. I just know I should follow the command bar. So I write array, and then he is mentioning select object to array. I'm just talking in general. I'm giving you the idea on how Rhino is operating. I'm giving you the idea on how you should think while using Rhino, but then we'll start working carefully on a subject. Don't worry. He mentioned select object to array. I'll select these ones. And then he mentioned again, press enter when done. I pressed enter. Number in X direction, I would like 11. In Y direction, I would like 5 copies. In Z direction, just 1. Okay, the spacing. I'll draw the spacing. I'll draw the spacing by myself. Okay. And now I have the final array. It is the same as if you are using AutoCAD. And what else? If you are using AutoCAD or any other software, there is match properties. If you had an object, two objects actually, and one of them is taking a material like, let's say, custom material. I can make it like, let's go for render, yeah. And I would like to match the properties. I'm just thinking I would like this one to be the same as this one. I don't know what command I should use, but what I know, I would like to match these two objects. I'm just thinking now as if I don't know what I do. I do match properties. I write just match, and then I look for what I have. I have match annotation, curve, layer, mapping, and properties. Okay, so select object to modify. I select the object, press enter. Select the source. I press enter, and then I have the same as the first one. Okay, and what also? Before to start working in Rhino, I should look for the units, for the file units. So it is mentioned at the down of the screen. It is meters. You can see it here, meters. And if you would like to change it, just right-click unit setting and just select meters. Or you can just Control N. If it changes, no. I'll choose meters large object, and then I'll press open. And now this is totally a new file. Okay, very interesting. As we mentioned yesterday, if I would like to enlarge one of these 4 panels, I'll double click. Okay. So before working and starting doing on Rhino, I should know. Double click on perspective enlarges the perspective viewport, and double click again, minimize. Double click. Okay. And these tabs will help me to move in between the tabs, the viewports. Okay. And what also? You will have here default. Can you see this one default? This is the layer. I'm using the default layer now. Yes, I can see it here. Yeah, but it mentioned here. Why it is mentioned here? To help you. It is as AutoCAD. Rhino is totally a CAD/CAM system. It is totally a AutoCAD system. So this is why using Rhino is very easy. You just have to think as if you are using AutoCAD. And then, if I had like some few curves like these ones, and I have other objects like a box, sphere, cylinder, or whatever. And I would like to select the curves. I can just pick the first one and then shift to pick the others. I know using Max and AutoCAD, you will multi-select by control. But unfortunate, control in Rhino is deselect. This is the only thing that difference between them. Using control will deselect, but using shift will multi-select. Okay. Right click will help you to just orbit in the viewport. Right click and shift will help you to pan in the viewport. Right click and shift will help you to pan in the viewport. Scroll will help you to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, so if I am using Apple mouse and I don't have a scroll, what I can do, Hasab? You can just right click and control and then move your mouse. It will zoom and zoom out, the same as the scroll. Just a minute, my father is calling. Hello? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay. And what else? So now I'm just starting by how to move around in the Rhino viewport. As we mentioned, right click and shift and scroll. Okay. What more? If I had a lot of objects like this, let's make it so busy. Let's make it full of objects. Yes. And I would like to just go for this one. I select zoom selected. This will take me direct to this specific one. Zoom selected. Okay. And I can select zoom extend. This will zoom the entire viewport objects. Okay. And I can zoom for a window, specific window. It may be helpful. Okay. What also? If I would like to select all the curves, I'm just giving you a very basic understanding of the interface. If you have this basic understanding on how Rhino operates and what is the interface and so on, you will find it very easy to work with further. Okay. So if I find here standard, C-plane, set view, display, select, and so on. And if I go to select, I can in Rhino. There is something very fascinating. You can just go for any icon and just wait a second, and then it will tell you what it is and how it works. Like if it is, there is something very important we need to see together. Okay. Look carefully. There, the left click is selected. If you look, the left click is black. Select by layer. The black, and then he says select layer by number. And this means you will, if you need the go for the icon and search for what you need. I just need to select the curves now. We just that selecting curves is here. I'm just giving you on how to learn Rhino. So I should teach you how to learn, not how to Rhino. Okay. So this is how to select curve. I just select curves and then all the curves are selected. In Rhino, the same command, you can find the same command in a lot of find everything just back. And you can find everything just in these tabs. Okay? And you can find everything in here, and you can just write. So if you need any command in Rhino, you can on the of top of the screen, and in the command bar on the extreme top of the screen, and you can search in the search bar of the screen. So it is very, if it's seconds. Okay, I just need to just go for the and wait for a minute. He mentioned left click for cancel, right click to cancel all. This one left click, interesting. Bully lines, control point curve, and we can this